Today, we are going to install the new DRT Motorsports RNGXPFB1 front winch bumper. This bumper fits the 2019 Plus Polaris Ranger XP 1000, all models. Install time is 45 minutes to an hour. Can be installed by yourself but easier with a friend. With a difficulty level of beginner. Tools needed for this job are a 4 and 6 mm Allen wrench, a 10, 13, and 15 mm wrench, a 3/8 ratchet, a 10, 13, and 15 mm socket. And don't forget your safety glasses. So, gather the tools, and let's install. Let's start by removing the plastic grill by pinching on the front tabs and lifting up and outward on the grill. Then, set the grill aside as we will reinstall it later. Next, using a 13 mm wrench and socket, remove the two lower bolts and set them aside. Then, as shown here, remove the long bolts from the upper factory mounting points. To fully remove the two bolts, you may have to move the bumper around to free up some space. Be patient, the bolts will come out. Then, holding the bumper securely with both hands, pull outward on the bumper to remove it, and set the bumper aside. Next, pick up the bull bar, and set it in place lining up the mounting holes. Then, install the 3/4 mm bolts from the front side, and back them up with the supplied 10 mm backing nuts and washers. Repeat this step to the other side. Then, using a 4 mm Allen wrench and a 10 mm wrench or socket on the backing nut, tighten down all the hardware on each side of the bull bar. Next, using a 15 mm socket, remove the two factory bolts shown here. Now, pick up the bumper, and if you are sitting on a roller seat or creeper, rest the bumper on your knees to easily hold it in place. Then, line up the holes in the bumper mounting plate with the bolt holes you just removed from the factory framework. Then, reinstall the two factory bolts and tighten them down, finger tight. Next, grab the skid plate and line up the two lower mounting holes and install the supplied 13 mm bolts and backing nuts. Tighten them down, finger tight. Then do the same to the 3 mounting locations at the top of the skid plate against the bumper. Next, grab an outer bumper mounting bracket and line up the bracket holes with the plate holes in the bumper as shown here. Then install the 2 supplied 13mm bolts and backing nuts and tighten them down finger tight. Now, fit the clamp end to the framework as shown, and place the other half on the backside of the framework. Then, line up the holes and install the 4 6mm hex head bolts, and tighten down evenly around the framework. Now, tighten down the 2 bracket bolts at the bumper. Then, repeat these steps on the other side of the vehicle. Next, going back to the front of the bumper, using the 15mm wrench or socket, tighten down the 2 middle bolts. Then, using a 13mm socket, tighten down the 3 bolts along the top of the skid plate. Now, lastly, using the same size socket, tighten down the 2 bottom skid plate bolts. Don't forget the factory grille insert. Pick up the grille and insert the bottom of the grille into the slotted plastic behind the DRT bumper. Then, slide the grille into place and snap the top into position with the rest of the grille. Make sure it is securely in place and you are done with this install. Congrats! That completes your DRT Ranger front winch bumper install. This Ranger front winch bumper replaces the stock factory bumper with a high-strength steel winch bumper and skid plate. The bumper includes removable mesh inserts that can be easily color matched to your vehicle. It adds much more strength, protection, and rigidity to the front end of your Polaris Ranger. Until we meet on your next DRT install, be safe out there. If you have any questions during your installation, don't hesitate to contact us via phone or email. We are here to help.